Did you hear that sound? That last lever seems to have triggered something.
The tomb must have opened. Ancestors from days of yore, if indeed we are related, we are about to enter your final resting place.
You did it! We're going to be able to enter the tomb at last.
This is just what we needed. I don't see how we could use this. This is just what we needed. I can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this.
If we want to document everything in these ruins, it's going to take years of work and research.
That might come in handy.
Wonderful, you did it. We're going to be able to enter the tomb at last. This text is a major find. Look, these are the names of all the kings of the last Astrian dynasty.
Yes, it's unbelievable. My mentor would have loved to have been a part of this discovery.
Look at the second to last name. Vespasia. That's the archaic spelling of Devesp, isn't it? Flora would have been so proud to present this find to the prince.
This tablet reveals an almost direct lineage between one of the kings of the last Astrian dynasty and the Devesp family.
Ooh, I imagine that to acquire such a relic, the family will be prepared to pay a small fortune.
Ingo, I don't think it's...
Shall we take it, Master?
Ingo, not! You wouldn't dare, would you? You're leaving aside the prince's hopes. You're about to deprive all of the historians in the world of this discovery. Well, the historians will have to wait until the future owner of this tablet is willing to show it to them, I guess. Think of it as a kind of loan, a temporary change of ownership. Just long enough to make us rich.
I thought you'd already demonstrated the full extent of your stupidity, but I was wrong. If you think we're going to let you take that tablet without a fight, think again.
Oh, I ain't resorting to violence. But if I understand correctly, you leave us no choice. Not to arms!
My armor is broken!
Please, stop! Take the tablets and let us live! got a bit carried away, but you won't do it again, will you?
Of course, we made a mistake. It was just a sudden fit of greed. But I promise you, it won't happen again.
You've caused enough trouble as it is. It's time to put an end to your misdeeds once and for all.
Oh, Ingo, what have you done? Why did you have to go and break your promise?
Stand the alert! Come on!
Let's show them what we're made of!
I never would have imagined these good people capable of such a thing. How sad. Greed can drive even the best of men to madness. At last, we've managed to reach the inner sanctum of the tomb of the kings. We'll have dozens of objects to catalogue and study, but this tablet is undoubtedly the most important find of all.
Indeed. And it would be good to get it somewhere safe as quickly as possible. If it's all right with you, we can take it straight to the prince.
That's an excellent idea. The dig site is far from secure, so it's best to get this discovery somewhere safe as quickly as possible. Poor Flora. At least your death wasn't entirely in vain. Oh, perhaps the prince will be able to forgive us for what happened. I just hope, in the light of such progress, he will continue to give us the support we need to carry on the dig.
We'd like to continue exploring this area for a while longer before returning to the palace. But don't worry, nothing will happen to the tablet.
Be very careful whilst carrying it. It's very fragile. I'm also going to continue exploring. I must try to catalogue all the wonders that can be found here. See you later.
Goodbye, Garb.
I can't believe that arrogant Kernaz had the impudence to conduct his little experiments in High Prairie. On our land. If that wretch thinks that our neutrality will prevent us from retaliating, he is sorely mistaken, I assure you.
Goodbye.
See you later, darling.
I'm pleased you came to see me. There's something I wanted to ask of you.
What is it?
You know that I was banished from my country as a result of something I did when I was very young. If I ever hope to see the spires of Mont Augur again, I must redeem myself in the eyes of one man in particular. An abbot. He's hard and strict, but I believe him to be a just man. My brother saw him in Peren recently and told me that the abbot is now traveling as a missionary. He is apparently leading the mission we helped finance for the refugees from Duton. I would like to seek him out and make amends. Apologizing is not something I'm used to doing much, so your presence would be a great comfort to me. Would you come with me to the border?
I'm sorry, Fausta, but I've already got quite a lot going on at the moment. Maybe later?
I understand. However, the sooner I can free myself from this burden of guilt, the better.
See you later.
It's my pleasure.
How are you?
I must be off.
I understand.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
We've learned from our friend Sybil de Vespe that the prince wants to prove the antiquity of his bloodline.
Yes, I'd heard that. He claims his family is descended from the Astrian kings. He's convinced that some of the more traditionalist families would be more willing to support him if he could prove it.
He ordered an archaeological dig carried out into ruins not far from the city in search of the tomb of the kings. We went there and were able to enter it and find the proof he was looking for.
Is that so? And I suppose that now you're wondering who to give this proof to. I don't want to pressure you, of course. But I can assure you that if you were to give it to us, your expedition would be fully paid for. And you would also have the gratitude of the Prince d'Orsay, who is considered by everyone to be more honest and loyal than his rival.
We need to think about it some more, but we appreciate your offer.
I understand. It's not a simple decision, so take your time.
We'll leave you to...
Workwear or evening wear? You'll find everything you need here. I'm working. Don't.
Stop right there. This part of the palace is restricted. You can't go any further.
We have the endorsement of Father Cardinal Pius. I presume he sent word?
Oh? Yes, I think we were told that a group of his protégés wished to speak with a minister. You may enter.
You're the Father Cardinal's new protégés, I gather. I must admit, you're not what I expected.
Hello, Mr. Durrill. It is a real pleasure to see you again.
Mademoiselle de Vespe, you have some very strange associates. But I shouldn't be surprised after your stunt in Olima. Well, what is your request?
We would like an audience with the prince. We've made a major breakthrough that will be of great interest to him.
Really? What is it?
We were able to enter the tomb of the kings where he was carrying out excavations. Considering his expectations for the project, he will no doubt want to talk to us.
If what you say is true, I'm sure the prince will be delighted to see you. I'll go and inform him of the reason for your visit. His Majesty Prince Alexandre is expecting you.
Thank you. We'll go and see him straight away. Your Grace.
We meet at last. You're the islander whose name is on everyone's lips. You're becoming something of a celebrity in Peren. Especially because you're always surrounded by such a motley band of characters, including my delightful niece. I was dying to meet you in the flesh.
Uncle, I'm ever so happy to see you.
Sybil, dearest. If you hadn't caused such a diplomatic hurly-burly in Olima, you would still have your place here, at my side. I imagine it was just an offshoot of your adventurous nature. Now that you've decided to put it to use for our cause, I can only applaud it. I was told you seek our support to finance an expedition to Tir Fredi, unless I'm mistaken.
That's right. We have a ship and the captain, but as you know, the cost of such a journey requires the backing of a nation.
Essentially, you hope I will pay for your trip home after you washed ashore in my city.
As we told your minister, we are certain this arrangement could be profitable for you. The ship can carry a large quantity of goods.
Perhaps. But as I'm sure you've already discovered, the congregation's only trading post on the island is run by the Dorsays. However, we could consider backing you if it brought us something that served our interests directly. And I believe you have news about my investigations in that regard.
That's right. We went to the ruins you're excavating. There, we helped the archaeologist Garp, and we managed to reach the Tomb of the Kings.
At last. I feared this whole venture would not prove fruitful, despite the enthusiasm of the lovely Flora. And what did you find?
Tomb is immense and full of all sorts of artifacts. Garp is studying them right now.
I hope he's not going to spend months on every scrap of pottery. I'm looking for something very specific from this dig, as you no doubt know. And I obviously can't promise to endorse your request until I've got it. Although I appreciate the fact that you've come to inform me of the progress of the research.
I understand.
Come back and see me if you find the proof I'm looking for. Until then, if you're finished, you may leave.
If your highness permit.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
We've learned from our friend Sybil de Vespe that the prince wants to prove the antiquity of his bloodline.
Yes, I'd heard that. He claims his family is descended from the Astrian kings. He's convinced that some of the more traditionalist families would be more willing to support him if he could prove it.
He ordered an archaeological dig carried out into ruins not far from the city in search of the tomb of the kings. We went there and were able to enter it and find the proof he was looking for.
Is that so? And I suppose that now you're wondering who to give this proof to. I don't want to pressure you, of course, but I can assure you that if you were to give it to us, your expedition would be fully paid for. And you would also have the gratitude of the Prince d'Orsay, who is considered by everyone to be more honest and loyal than his rival.
This tablet is a record of all the kings of the last Austrian dynasty, and it includes the name Vespasia.
The ancestral name of the de Vesps. If Prince Alexandre were to see it, his pride would drive him to even greater folly.
Here, take it.
Thank you. And don't you worry, we won't destroy it. It's a piece of history, after all. We'll just keep it in a safe place, so that it can't be used against us. You can also rest assured that your journey will be fully financed by the city of Serene. I'll see to it that the cargo is taken on board to keep costs down. And I'll appoint someone to travel with you and sell the goods in Tiafredi. You should be able to sail for your island as soon as you like. When you're ready, simply go and find the head of trade. They'll be waiting for you in the Square of the Forgotten Goddess in the city center.
Thank you. We'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Come back if you need my insights.
All the latest fashions, and our embroideries are of the utmost delicacy.
I cannot believe that those scientists succeeded in bringing another of those creatures into being. It wasn't as big as the one you faced in Esgiara, but it was terrifying nonetheless. Fortunately, we managed to put an end to those horrible experiments.
What do you know about Zeren?
Not much. I know that she comes from a good family, but that she grew up in a small provincial town. And in Alima, she must often have been criticized because of it. City dwellers tend to look down on others. But she's an intelligent woman who, despite her origins, knew how to make a place for herself in learned circles, as well as among the aristocracy. She was generally highly appreciated. Her diplomatic skills were recognized, and her taste for the arts was celebrated. A few years ago, she married Kernaz, who was not yet a general at the time, but who was already showing promise. Rather, it helped her social ascension by opening new doors for her. But I know their marriage surprised everyone at the time. A soldier and a diplomat. It's a strange alliance. I think I've told you all I know. I'm too often absent from Alima to know the latest gossip.
You seem to be very close to Elise. How did you get to know each other?
I met her when she was just a child running around among the soldiers. Her father was a soldier too, who took his whole family with him on each posting. He hoped that his daughter would take over from him. But this child was endowed with insatiable curiosity and extraordinary intelligence. She was only a few years old when her father made her report on the logistical needs of his troops. Seeing her intelligence with such a mathematical mind, I took it upon myself to convince her family to offer her a less selective education. I helped her as much as I could to prepare for the exams, which she passed with flying colors, and she became the youngest logician in the country. Since then, we see less of each other. But I'll always have a soft spot for her, and she for me.
I need to go.
Of course, but come chat again soon.
Incredible! You must be reading my thoughts, my darling. I was in fact hoping to have the opportunity to speak with you.
What is this about?
You might have remarked that we've been the targets of frequent attacks. These groups of hired assassins practically breathing down our necks wherever we go.
They are difficult not to notice, indeed. Do you know why they're after us?
They're after me. In fact, it all started when I was still on assignment in Alima. At first, it was just child's play. A poisoned cup of tea here, a clumsy person attempting to stab me in a dark alley there. But the attacks became more and more troublesome and dangerous. I began to fear for my life. It was partly for that reason that I didn't hesitate when given the opportunity to join our little adventure, and accepted to help our friend Alvida. I thought that by being always on the move, I would escape these attacks. I was wrong, as you've been able to see.
Forgive me this question, but aren't the assassins your own family's henchmen?
My family uses them often, that's true. But anyone can hire them to get rid of someone. However, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the person who placed a bounty on my head shares my family name. Since we have managed to obtain the ear and the financial support of the Dorsey family, I would like to ask them for their protection.
Could they really do something? The Vesps would have been, without a doubt, the better choice.
Nothing is less certain. Not knowing who hired these assassins, I need the official protection of a powerful family of the congregation. And in this game, the Dorseys are far above all the others. The assassins would think twice before coming after me for fear of riling the prince. Therefore, if you agree, I would like to go there together to find their minister and speak with him about my predicament.
Let's go now. We need to settle this business as quickly as possible.
Thank you. I need to warn you that we will certainly be asked for something in exchange for this. But our survival, alas, depends on it. At least for as long as I travel among you.
Now that you're once again in the prince's good graces, do you intend to resume your role as a diplomat for the congregation?
Do you wish for me to leave, or does the idea sadden you? I hope it's the second answer, because I'm sorry to say that I don't plan on leaving your party anytime soon. I happen to enjoy your company very much.
So much the better. I wouldn't have wanted you to leave.
You wouldn't have wanted me to? Never forget, I'm the master of my own destiny. I have had to bend to the will of others enough during my life to no longer want anyone to dictate my actions. It so happens that today our interests converge. but you should never take this situation for granted.
Goodbye.
See you later, darling. Thus we are descended from the ancient kings of Astria. It's a funny feeling, you know.
What does it change? We all descend from someone, whether it be a king or a simple hunter. What does it matter?
Your heart is far too pure to understand the fascination for ancestry on this continent.
Goodbye.
See you later, darling.
I'm on patrol. Go pester someone else. Workwear or evening wear? All the latest fashions and our embroideries are of the utmost delicacy.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
My friend Sybil has something to ask you.
Lady de Vespe, I'm listening.
I shall do my best to be brief, Sir d'Argenton. Someone has placed a bounty on my head. We are constantly being attacked by hired assassins, and I fear that eventually they'll get the best of us.
Do you have any idea who's taken out this contract?
Alas, no. If I did, I would have gone and settled this score myself. Nevertheless, you know these assassins. If I were to have the official protection of the Prince d'Orsay, they would cease their attacks.
Unless, of course, they've been sent by your uncle himself. They would never risk angering a Prince of Serene. We could offer you protection. However... You are a de Vespe yourself, Sybil. It will be difficult to convince Prince Claude to accord his protection to someone with that name. Your family has attempted to bring harm to us in so many different ways that it would require that you prove to us you've severed all ties to them.
And how am I to do that?
Well, it just so happens that we were informed of the existence of several sensitive documents concerning your uncle by someone from his entourage. These documents could precipitate his downfall, and we could use them against him if he were to bother us again. The young person that contacted us is too afraid for her life to reveal her name. We think that she is one of the prince's favorites. Bring me these documents and assist the young woman, and I promise you that you will immediately benefit from the official protection of Prince d'Orsay.
Agreed. We will help this woman and bring back to you whatever we can to bend my uncle's knee. We don't really have a choice, I fear. And the request of Sir d'Argenton seems completely justified to me.
Forgive my question, but why are you agreeing to help us?
The request from Lady de Vespe, while it did surprise me, is completely justified. And since you have already done us a service, and the d'Orsay family is sponsoring your expedition, it is in our best interest to resolve this affair as quickly as possible. If your friend had a different name, I could have offered my protection immediately. But with a patronym like hers, I have no other choice but to ask her to prove her loyalty.
You both seem persuaded that finding this woman and the documents is going to be easy.
Easy to find, I doubt very much. But your friend knows the palace. She should be able to enter and speak with those close to her uncle without raising suspicions.
Indeed. I don't know it well enough to say which closet he hides his corpses in, but I'll eventually figure it out.
Well, then we will be headed to the palace.
Do be careful. Alexandre de Vespe is as crafty as an old fox.
We'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Come back if you need my insights.
Good day. Are you lost in the palace? I know most everyone who lives here, if you seek someone in particular.
Good day. No, in fact, it's you that we're looking to see. We would like to ask you a few questions.
Really? Then ask away. I'm listening.
What do you think about the prince's court?
Well, I wouldn't really know how to answer that question. It's a very busy place where one crosses paths with great artists constantly and marvellous musicians, and where every day is a party.
But?
There is no but. Everything is quite extraordinary, I assure you.
You're afraid. The question is of whom or of what?
I really don't see... I assure you.
Is it the prince who terrifies you so terribly? Or my dear cousin Octave?
It is rather all of you who terrify me, milady. You, the de Vespes. You're all handsome and charming, but sharp like an owned blade.
How long have you been living in the palace?
Oh, I was presented 3 years ago, but I was invited to make my home here only a few months ago.
Huh. Invited to make your home here. What a charming euphemism.
What do you want?
We know very well what this invitation implies. You are one of the favorites of His Majesty my uncle. Everyone knows that.
Since everyone is aware of it, why would I need to say it out loud?
Are there any rumors at court that you could share with us?
The prince abhors gossip, and I avoid participating in any sordid discussions.
Come now, my dear. I am certain that you have something to share with us.
May the enlightened take pity on me. Do know that I am terrified. There is a rumor that someone in the prince's entourage is preparing to betray him by revealing terrible secrets. If he were to abdicate, I don't know what would become of me. Everyone in the court trembles at the idea of being led by Octave.
They're right. My cousin is not a very recommendable person.
I have told you everything, but I beg you, please do not share my fears with the prince. I wouldn't want him to believe that I think him already defeated. I fear him, but I also admire him enormously.
Thank you for your answers.
You're welcome.
This poor woman hardly resembles a conspirator. She's frightened out of her wits and too transparent to be hiding anything.
I'm inclined to agree with you. There's not enough mischief in her to take part in the slightest conspiracy. One might even ask how she was able to survive this long in this nest of assassins and manipulators.